This one here, lesson, final. Breathe. We made it for this lesson. This is a speculative formula. So, what this does is it measures solar radiation pressure, which is from charged particles and photons. Radiation, everything like that. All right. Our deviation to bring in hertz and angstroms is this portion here. All right. So I'm just going to go through it and we'll explain it as we go through. Okay, so F equals LDD1 for 86400, tap in EXO. This is where the pilt of leaf pilt comes from. Okay. Arrival of the solar radiation pressure is onto LDD2. FS, force on the surface, is a constant, depending on where you are. For Earth constant, it's 1358 watts per meter squared, approximately, right? C pi t is the speed of light, okay? But once you change things around, etc., you can, once you start putting in sequences, the speed of light changes a bit. So that's why you get, instead of just speed of light, which is c, that's why you get p times t, which represents porting a sequence into a second per the unit circle of pi that is a complete 86400. So c pi t equals RRR, which is remix, repeat, remain. The order changes. In our case here, it's a remix, repeat, remain. So that is going to be the ANRORD, the activating ANRORD, which happens at plus 43,200, greater than until it equals 0, counting down, which, as we know, is from sunrise to sunset. Area surfaced is going to be LDD2 minus 43,200 is less than 0 plus. 1 plus P is no B dubs and PPF tap. Cosine I is 90 degrees. The distance is approximately 1 AU. We can be specific when we're declaring it in our Hertz words energy, but just note when we break it down, it gets, instead of being 1 AU, which is around 93 million miles, we took out the magnetosphere and the core distance from solar and the Earth. So that's where you get these figures here, but just know it's 1 AU. Okay, for the aim of it. Again, repeat, remix, remain equals plus 43,200 greater than 0, counting down. Now that's our remix time of where we are putting in a leaf pilt. So, and yes, the leaf is the plume, a peripheral plume. Our remix remain is going to be at a distance of 5.2 AU, and that takes place from solar to Jupiter. So we don't have to do this every day. We're going to put those charged particles from solar to Jupiter, have Jupiter's incredible magnetic core, study it, send it back to us, which is us, our 4.2 AU from Jupiter, Earth, Jupiter. So those are going to be the repeat and remain from our initial remix that allows it to occur constantly. Okay, so our P equals 0, which is eternally perfect angstroms. Our hertz is our intentions of a peripheral plume and everything that we're declaring from this energy that we're speaking. And we know that the plume is 1.146 times 10 to the 5th kilograms. Now we're going to do something interesting here, and we're going to divide it by 3. We're going to divide it by 3 because 1 mile, 10 miles, and 25 miles. So we talked about phase shots, body shots, and around. Okay, those are 110 and 25. And each one will take place for 14,400 sequences starting at sunrise, which is 43,200. Okay, our 25Z raw is a systematic approach to get your PPF tap to zero, your past, present, and future tap for all of them to zero for the entire deal. Okay, our STEC.MPA, these are 4 different things that are like big signs that it is possible. So when you talk about it, you talk about those big signs and it carries the energy of the occurrence versus like over figuring out stuff. So yeah, whenever, let me, I'm gonna pause real quick and plug it in. All right, so when we plug this in, we get LDD1 86400, that is our pilt of leaf pilt, over AR, which is LDD2 plus 43,200 greater than until it equals 0, counting down. That equals our 1358 watts per meter squared divided by remix, repeat, remain for our speed of light. We multiply that by LDD2 minus 43,200 less than 0, counting up. We multiply that by no B-dub and PPF tap. Our incline is 90 degrees because electrons, this is a whole nother lesson, I'm not going to go too far, but all electrons natural state is 90 degrees, and they're like an eternal moving deal at 90 degrees. Okay, and we multiply that by 1 AU, and then we multiply that by the 5.2 AU, which becomes our remix, and then, or our repeat, I'm sorry, and then we multiply that by 4.2 AUs, which is our remain. And then, that's our aim, then our remix is peripheral plume, our Hertz intention, at plus 43,200 greater than 0, counting down, equals our perfect angstrom, which is 0 eternally. And we multiply that by our Hertz intention, which is our plume, that is 1.146 times 10 to the 5th kilograms, which is the atomic weight of hydrogen and helium for 1 mile, 10 miles, and 25 miles. And we divide that by how we pay the angstroms. And we have to be 0 over 25 laws for past, present, and future tap for all of them. And then we sign oath to get it systematic. So let's go ahead and break this down.